Hey guys, I am so excited to be on Instagram Live and actually speaking. Like, what? It's been a minute since I've been consistent on the speaking tip. You guys, I know you see a lot of pretty pictures and a lot of things that I post as far as just the pictures and the standstills of just pictures and stuff like that. But I decided that I really need to get out here and speak because that's what I really want to do. That's like the core of me, like the core of me, who I am as a speaker. So I'm like, I started asking myself, like, how you gonna be a speakerless speaker? Like, that's not gonna work. So I decided to come on here, do this live, and the topic of today is how to end a friendship without being petty, okay? And if you know me, you know that I am very long-winded, so I made sure that I had a little video. Hey Key, how are you? So I made sure that I had a nice little video. I mean, not video, but a notebook, so I won't go over, because you know I love to talk. So anyways, how to end a friendship without being petty. I know society would make us believe that it's okay to be petty, but sometimes petty can be very miserable. It's really not even you being petty, it's just you being miserable. So we're gonna be talking about how we can end these friendships that are not so good for us. And we're gonna talk about doing that in a peaceful way where it's not any bad blood or it's a sense of just anger, or you know, people gonna feel how they want to feel, but you want to make sure you do things in excellence. So what I wanted to talk about before we even get into it is I want you to understand that there is a difference between cutting someone off that is not good for you, or cutting off someone that you should have been a little bit more patient with. Because sometimes we have people come into our lives that we're supposed to learn something from. They're supposed to teach us something. Maybe they have some type of business that we're supposed to be a part of. Sometimes you don't want to be premature in cutting off everybody. I know that we like to think, or people like to think, that you can cut off anybody and I don't talk to my family, and it's just a very toxic thing. You don't want to be the person that feel like they can cut off anybody and you don't need anyone. I have definitely been that person. I've been the person that said I can cut off anybody and it doesn't matter and I don't care, and all is well in my life, and I don't need anyone. I want to help you with something. Everybody needs somebody, okay? And I talked about this in my Facebook Live. The clothes on your back right now, somebody had to make it. And let's say you make your clothes. The house that you're in right now, somebody had to build it. The job that you go to, somebody had to put that vision together for you to be able to make money at that job, for you to go back and feed your family. Everybody needs somebody. And in this world, it's so easy to say that I don't need anyone and I'm good and all the other stuff. That's not realistic, and it's really toxic. And I've been there before. I have grown up in a way where I met my dad maybe 10 times, okay? And the 10 times we met each other, it wasn't a good look, okay? My mother had suffered from substance abuse, and she wasn't able to take care of me the way that I felt that she needed to. So I grew up believing that nobody loved me. And I grew up believing that nobody really cared. And that was a very hard space for me to be in. It was a very hard space, so it caused me to be very bitter. It caused me to be a little standoffish. It caused me to be in long-lasting friendships and somebody do one thing and I'm done. Because I would rather just leave you alone than to let you love on me and to be hurt. And that's what I was doing. I would build up that wall. And some of you can understand what I'm saying. In the moment, I'm thinking I'm right, that I'm okay to cut those people off. But in hindsight, I'm like, it's not even about them, it's about me. Because some people do things to you and they don't even do it intentionally. It's like, that's just their personality. It may be I'm not talking about the big thing, I'm talking about the very small things. Somebody may have didn't call you back. Like I was at that point where I was cutting people off, not even calling me back. Not even thinking they may be going through something. So like that's why I said, you want to make sure that when you do decide and you're in that decision making of trying to cut people off, that is a real thing. Like you got to know the difference between cutting people off because they're no good for you and being more patient with other people. Okay, so keep that in mind. You don't got to cut off everybody. All right. And then also you want to get to the root of why you are who you are. Like I said earlier, I had a lot of abandonment issues. I had those issues where I was like, I'm just gonna leave people alone, or I'm gonna keep you at a distance. You really won't know me. You know what I mean? That was something that I had to heal from. Okay. So, okay, let's talk about the reasons why you would be cutting people off. And I had several reasons. I'm not even going to tell you the exact number, but I had several reasons. Number one, toxic behavior. If this person is very toxic, meaning that they're always negative, you're doing good things in your life, maybe you got a promotion at your job, you're coming to them and you're like, I got this promotion, I worked very hard for it, I'm really excited about it, and they're telling you, well, so-and-so got that too, and I didn't think it was a big deal, or they could have paid you more money than that when they promoted you, or, a lot of people get laid off at that job. It's like, wait a minute, like, it's always something negative. It's nothing that has substance. It's always like you could have did better, or it always makes you have a really bad taste in your mouth. That may be someone you may want to cut off. Another reason is if they are always comparing you. Like, you could have a brand new purse, or let's not even say a purse. Let's say a brand new house. Okay, you got a brand new house, you're living the dream, you're excited, and now they want to go and get a new house too. They always want to compete with you. It's a competition. You don't need friends that always want to compete. You want to have people around you that are going to be happy when you win and be excited and supportive when you win, and you want to do the same thing for others. But when you're around people, they always need you. They always hear something good going for you, and now they want to do it too. You in a new relationship, now they got to get in a new relationship. You having kids, now they want to have kids. It's just, at first it seemed like it's a coincidental thing, but it's really that they're at the root of it, they're jealous of you. Therefore, all they want to do is compete so they can make themselves feel bigger and better than you. Those kind of people you want to let go of, okay? Another thing, they bring nothing to the table. They bring nothing to the table, meaning they are always with their hands out. They always need you for something. And it may not always be a physical thing. It may not be just they always want money. It could be that, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that. It could also be they always want to talk to you about their problems, but when it's time for you to tell them how you're feeling and you want to vent and you want to say, I'm just not always all the way together, I'm sad, and I gotta go, I got better things to do. Or it could be a physical thing. It could be that you do so much for them, and when it's time for them to help, they're nowhere to be found. Those are the kind of people you really want to consider to cut off, okay? Another thing, like I said, the jealous tendency, negative stuff, and then also that lack of trust. Like, if we're going to be friends, I need to be able to trust you. And I wrote this on Facebook a couple of days ago. I said that if I told you something in secret, and then I hear what I told you out the mouth of someone else, and I only told you, then I know that we're no longer friends. Because if I can't trust you at the core of you, if I cannot trust you and you're not able to trust me, then what are we doing? What's the point of the friendship? What's the point of us being together or having that friendship or that relationship? If I can't trust you, what's the point? So like I said, there's several different reasons. Lack of growth, that can be a really dangerous thing. If they're lacking growth, if they're lacking any type of positive things or any type of growth in their life, it becomes very easy for them to look at you and to prey on your downfall and hope the worst for you, all the while smiling in your face. It's happening for years and years and years. People have, they can't get it together, but when they see you winning, it's hard for them to stomach it, So it's several different reasons. So let's talk about how can you end the friendship in a way where it's not petty, but it's in a peaceful way. The thing that I do that's really important to me, what I'm learning as I'm growing up and all that stuff, as I'm growing, is that conversation and communication is key, okay? I know that it's very important to me as an adult to just talk to people, to give people a chance to at least help me understand why they do the things they do. Because like I said, some people do things they don't even do it intentionally, okay? So what I'm learning now is that I can go to people, if you really feel like this friendship is, somebody that you want to keep it going, and it may just be a coincidence why they're doing the things they're doing, I would suggest that you go to them and say, you know what, and not in a defensive way, but in a way in which where they can feel comfortable, and just let them know, I'm a little bit uncomfortable with X, Y, and Z, the things that you're doing. Don't come to them with your hands all in their face and saying, you did this, I didn't like that, this wasn't nice. Don't do that. Come at them in a way where, and I'm sorry about the lighting, come at them in a way where they feel comfortable, where you can let them know, I'm a little uncomfortable with that. And I want to know, can you help me understand what was your purpose in that? Or, why did that have to happen? Or I just want us to be on the same page. It's only going to be one other thing they can do Two other things. They can hear what you're saying and say, you know what? I didn't even really realize I did that. Like, I don't even really realize that I'm even doing that to you. I'm sorry. Let's move on. Or they could be defensive with you. And then at that point, you know, it's no point of even keeping it going anyways. You can move on with your life and all that stuff and forgive and move on. And I know this sounds very simple, but there are people and me in the past where I have not been able to do this. Like, it's been, oh, I'm cutting them off. And one other thing before I go is, in doing this, you want to make sure your hands are clean. And what I mean by that is, well, the last thing you want to do is end the friendship, whatever the outcome was. Well, end the friendship, and then you on social media talking about so and so, putting names and all type of stuff, subliminal messages all over Facebook, and it just makes you look immature. It makes you look miserable, and nobody wins, because then everybody has you have an audience of people that are sitting there going back and forth, and it's never good. Nobody ever wins in that. It's not a peaceful way to do it. It's not good. It makes you look more miserable, and you never know. Y'all could be friends next week, and now you looking crazy because you were just talking about so-and-so. You know what I mean? Or if y'all never be friends again, who cares? Long as you have peace about the situation and you've done it with your hands being clean, I think that's the best way to handle those kind of things. So I'm really excited to be back doing these videos. Y'all, it has been a very, very long time since I've been on Instagram Live and just really doing what I know that I'm called to do. So I'm hoping that in you seeing me do this, that you are encouraged to do what you are called to do and to really just do what you're supposed to do, because we have 6 more months left in this year, honey. Like, we gotta get it going. So if you guys have any questions, or if you want me to talk about different topics, let me know, inbox me, let me know, and I will definitely get to it. So have a good day, and thanks for listening. Bye.